Hello, and thanks for tuning into our podcast. I'm Luke.
And I'm Jacob.
This week we're talking about cloning of your dog.
Yeah.
Is it even illegal?
Well, it is a thing, and some companies are offering to clone pets.
So let's start off before we get into the details and facts. Would you want this done to your animal? So me and Jacob both have pets. I have a dog and a cat.
I have a cat.
And we love them very much. So let's say one of them died and we want to clone it. What would the steps we'd have to do? First, do you think it's... What's the word? Do you think it's correct?
Well...
Is it humanely correct?
Well, the cloning of an animal, all you have to do is take a portion of their DNA, I believe, and the clone is simply a genetic twin of the animal, and it'll match the key attributes, including intelligence, temperament, and appearance. So they live full, healthy, and happy lives, and they're no more susceptible to health problems than any other dogs.
But is it humane to do this to an animal? In your opinion?
In my opinion, yes.
You think it's all right?
I think it's all right. I mean, if a pet owner loves their dog and their dog died and they want a similar dog, then they can clone the dog. I mean, I think it's fine.
I think it's an iffy thing. It depends on, if you're going to clone the same cat 7 times...
That's ridiculous.
That's a bit much. But, if you really love your dog...
I mean, I do feel cloning is more expensive than just
getting
a new dog. So this is really...
So how much does cloning cost?
Well...
I heard somewhere that it's around, $40,000.
Yes, it doesn't say here, but the first step in the cloning process
hold on a second. Okay. Let's talk about what we can get for $40,000. Okay, first off, let's not even pretend we're getting a dog with it. You can buy
a brand new car.
You can buy a brand new Ford F-150 pickup truck.
Or brand new Jeep Wrangler SUV. You can buy almost any new car.
Within moderation, your standard brands. Not like a Bugatti or anything.
But your standard SUV or standard truck or...
your standard car that you see on the road. You can afford anything with that. $40,000 can also
feed you for a few years.
Well, let's think. Big Mac's $1. $40,000, you can get 40,000 Big Macs.
Big Macs aren't $1, but
I thought they were. They were $1 for a little bit.
A little bit.
But still, hey, okay, so that can feed you for a
You can get a lot of McDonald's.
You can get an awful lot of McDonald's, and I mean, think about it. You can set up a woodworking shop if you guys are into woodworking for under $1,000. So you could set up 40 woodworking shops.
Yeah. You could
buy property.
You could set up...
Think of all the things you can do with this amount of money.
You could set up thousands of lemonade stands.
Yeah.
You could set up 4,000 lemonade stands. It takes $40 to open a lemonade stand.
Yeah, and get your permits and stuff, yeah. But you could maybe invent something. You need a lot of money to invent something.
So,
with that in mind, let's pretend we take all that money and clone a dog.
Yes. So the first step in cloning a dog is to the first step is having the option. Well, the first step in cloning the dog is to preserve your dog's genes through genetic preservation.
And how do you preserve my dog's genes?
Your veterinarian will collect a small tissue sample from your dog. This process is a minor procedure. That tissue sample will be mailed to the company that will do the cloning. All
right, stop there for a second. Okay, tissue sample. Well, can't I do that? You just gotta cut off a piece of skin.
Yes, although the company recommends that the vet does it, but I guess someone personally could do it.
You see, if you're trying to save money, you could. Not suggesting it, but you could.
Yes. So then the company will culture new cells that share the same genetic makeup. They will then freeze these cells until you're ready to clone the dog.
Okay, hold on a second. Freeze them?
Yes.
Like how there was the myth about the guy's head being frozen. I forgot who it was. I think it was Einstein or somebody.
So, I don't think it's a long-term solution, but if you want to preserve the genes in case the dog dies, so that at any time you can clone it, you can call the company and say, hey, I want to clone it.
Yeah, but okay, continue.
So,
you could, but I don't want another. Like, okay, what if, could you, let's say the dog never died. Let's say you just want two exactly the same dogs, like they were twins.
Yes,
Could you do that?
Yes, you could do that. And, yeah.
All right, continue.
Oh,
let's cite our source here. By the way, we are on viagenpets.com.
And
I highly suggest you go there if you are interested. There'll be a link in the description below.
And this company itself will do cloning. So this is actually the steps to prepare for them to clone your dog.
Yep. Next up, sir. So I have got my tissue sample. I've sent it to them, and now it's freezing. I am ready for it to be cloned.
So, that's the end of this page, but I presume that...
Well, Google it. Don't presume.
Well-
Google it. So we just got to the web page. We are ready to clone.
So, the total...
So, okay, so remember how we said $40,000 originally?
It's
$50,000
$50,000 for a dog.
So now you're more closer to buying maybe a Mustang.
Yeah, you're getting there. I've seen Mustangs for cheaper than that, too, that aren't new, so...
But, like, you could even, maybe a Corvette.
Yeah.
A nice car. Now we're getting into the nicer cars.
But your costs...
Here's the catch. 2 equal installments. So I'm going to pay $25,000 at one time.
Yes.
What if I don't have $25,000 sitting in my bank account?
Then
You got to take out a loan.
So this...
And there's a picture here of 2 identical dogs.
Yes, the cat cloning is $25,000, and horse cloning, get this, if you want to clone your horse, say you have this racehorse that you really like and it's a good racehorse, you want to clone this racehorse, $85,000.
Okay, now we're getting into
We're talking into those
Porsche
hypercars now.
Porsche, Lambo, not sure Ferrari yet.
So the total amount may be subject to state sales tax, and...
All right, so here, pull up the calculator real quick. Here, I can do it on... Yeah. So, all right, so wait. We have... Hold on. Oh, come on, I have it right here. Okay, so...
I've got it.
I've got it, too.
So we have $50,000. And
then times New York sales tax, which is 7.5.
875.
Oh, yeah. True.
0875. Yeah, $4,375.
$5 in tax. So now we're looking at, if you're doing
50.
a horse, now we're looking at around $90,000, which is now enough to buy you a Ferrari.
Yeah, $90,000 for a horse, $55,000
for a dog, and
a cat, like 27 or 28,000. So
still, that's not greatest price range. All right, so what's next after we talk about the prices? What's next?
Yeah, and then they will wait. And
To tell you guys, this is legal in the United States. So now that we don't know a whole bunch about this topic, it's fairly new.
Yes. Well, the theory
It has been around a long time, but the starting is pretty new. So here is a client story on the website. The dog's name is Jax, and there's a really cute picture. Once again, if you want to look this out, there'll be a link in the description below. We are not sponsored in any way, but here we are.
So Jax was special in every way. I'm reading from the website in the client story section.
Quote.
So Jax was special in every way. He was gentle, loving, sweet, loyal, protective, and a true companion. He was an impressive and powerful Akita with a majestic appearance, and yet he radiated warmth and sweetness. He gave our family almost 14 years of happiness and a lifetime of loving memories.
Before we knew how incredible this dog was going to be, we had him neutered as a puppy. We always regretted that decision and wondered how awesome his offspring would have been. He was the best dog he ever deserved to continue his bloodline. Jax fulfilled his mission of bringing happiness to our family and came to an end on November 7th of 2018 to let Jax go to heaven. We miss him dearly, and our home is not the same without him. Thanks to Via Gen Pets, we are able to take his DNA, and now we have an opportunity to continue with his wonderful lineage. So this family now has
A new Jax.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, they had their DNA in the storage, and when the time comes, they will clone it. So
I think this is a really cool topic. Yeah, so you can call these people. I'm not saying call them toll free or anything. But you can call them at 888-876-6104 if you want to clone your pet. I'm not saying anybody watching this would want to clone their pet, but yeah. So they do things outside the U.S. So when they're shipping it, this is pretty cool. Do not ship samples on Friday, as our labs does not receive shipments on weekends. If samples are from deceased animals, they need to be received in the lab as soon as possible. Contact VNGem for ultimate shipping. Do not ship samples on or close to the holidays. So if you don't freeze it, you're screwed. So if you really love your dog, you freeze it. And that's your food for thought. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment,
and subscribe, and share.
We were happy to do this podcast and prepare for a great podcast coming at you next week. See ya.
Goodbye.
Thank you guys so much for supporting this podcast, and we were able to make 10 episodes. Thank you guys so much for all of it, and we're very thankful to all of you guys who watch and listen to our podcast. We hope to continue, and we'll see you then. See ya.